Alexander von Plato. I'm an historian at the Open University of Hagen and a member of the commission, the Historian Commission of Dresden, about the 13th of February 1945. It was founded by the Lord Mayor of Dresden. The reason was that the new Nazi party is speaking from a bombing Holocaust and is using the bombing of Dresden as an instrument to say we, the German, had the same victims as the Jews, for instance, and so on. And they have numbers. They have numbers of the victims, about 500,000, 200,000, 100,000, and the members of this commission are speaking from 20,000 and x, perhaps 30,000, 35, at a maximum. Yes, that's one point. We are now here at the memorial, founded in the GDR time, I think in the beginning of the 60s. And here you can see all these cities which were bombed by the German Air Force, Warsaw, Rotterdam, Oradour, Lidice, Leningrad, and then Dresden. In the same way it's presented as the others. That's a problem, you can understand. It's a difference. Dresden is a German city which was bombed at the end of the war. Warsaw at the beginning by the Germans, and therefore for some people it's not acceptable to have the Dresden bombing at the same place as the others. But you can take the meaning, and the meaning was we are against all these bombings and which have produced so many civilian deaths. Yes, that's one of the points. And here on the other side you can see the names of concentration camps, and that's the same problem for some of these historians now who wouldn't put it together. But you can understand what the reason was. Yes, this place is just before the other one, which you can see here at the end of this way, and that was the place where the victims of the bombings in Dresden were buried. Yes, and here at the beginning you can see left and right the cemetery of the bodies. There are, as I know, 8 mass graves, and at the end, where you can see the wall with these letters, there you can see a place just before, and that's the place where the ashes are buried of those who were burned at the place Alter Markt. And the mayor of that time, and perhaps some other representatives, were in fear, perhaps the Dresden population as well, were in fear that there might be a danger of diseases, and therefore they were burned by hand at the place Alter Markt, and then the ashes came to this. I think it were about 7,000, not really, but nearly 7,000 deads, which were burned in Alter Markt, and they are buried here now. When you read the files of 1945, then you can read that the deaths of the bombings are called fallen victims, fallen citizens. And that means they were treated in that time as soldiers. And therefore this place, I think, is very close connected to the question that these bombing victims are treated like soldiers. And the name is Ehrenhain, that means a small forest honored, an honored forest. You see, it's interesting, not civilian, but like soldiers. The problem is that the 13th of February 1945 is a day for different groups and different commemorations. Yes, the right-wing and neo-Nazi people, they try to make this day, the 13th of February, to a day of commemoration of the crimes of the Allies. All the others do not want it. But now the right-wing and neo-Nazis, they try to overwhelm this commemoration day from the 13th of February. Every day here is a day of commemoration. They are going to this cemetery and they put with the ambassadors of the Allies, they put a kranz, I do not know the English word, you know it, yeah? The green one. They try to make this day of the 13th of February as a day of reconciliation. But the neo-Nazis do not want it. And therefore it is a fight for the past, you see, and of commemoration, and especially the Jews and all those forced laborers who were here or had been here in Dresden at that time. They couldn't bear that the neo-Nazis are at the same place as, for instance, the Jews. Yes? And if you are going to this place of commemoration where the ashes of the bombing victims are, there is before the place where all the killed resistance, killed by the Nazis, all those who had worked in the resistance against Hitler's party and system, you see. And therefore, it is a question, why are the officials like the Lord Mayor so silent? They do not speak at this place. It's a very calm day, you see. And therefore the right-wings and the neo-Nazis can use it for their aims. But if you would put it in a context, and the Lord Mayor would have held a speech, you see, then it is not so easy for the neo-Nazis to use these days for their own aims.